Hello, hello. We'll be getting started very soon. Talk for a bit, and then we will start our lovely debate. Sorry, jump scare. It normally start 5 minutes at. Hello, hello. I have many notes. See how this goes. I mean, we're here to express our opinion. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. All right, let's see. Alrighty. Here's something. Really quickly. That's good. Thank you, thank you. Welcome, Zed. Hello, hello. Yeah, let me mess with something. I'll add you to the scene. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. So, today we have our lovely debate. Zeus, if you could introduce yourself. Name.
TVs for about almost 6 years now. I started playing back in January of 2019, so I'm a very old player. Been here for a while, practically seen it all as the game has developed and whatnot. And I only really started going crazy about IDV content creation maybe like around a year ago. And I'm also a comp player. Mm. I'm
Okay.
a competitive player as well. So, comp is very much my trademark here. Everything. I like reviewing all things IDV competitive. Mm.
Great. So I'm the complete opposite. Hello, everyone. My name is Faust. I'm a new content creator. I've started playing IDV summer of 2024, so only a couple of months now. But I did have a background in Dead by Daylight, so I'm not quite as new to the asymmetrical horror genre. I still have very strong opinions on this game. So, we are both arguing the side of survivor sided or hunter sided. Zeus, you are hunter sided, right?
Correcto mundo.
And I am arguing for survivor sided. So, lower the music a little bit. So,
Yeah, I'll do the same on my end. Just lower it just ever so slightly.
yeah. We're getting to a hydra. Yes, thank you, ma'am. All right. So, let's start with, I guess, our opening arguments. Zeus, why do you think the game is hunter sided?
For me, I'm gonna be honest. The game is hunter sided and high tier and competitive just because of the amount of hunters that are available that can just completely decimate and counter comp all sorts of meta and turning viable survivors as a whole. Not out even outside of the big four hunters that we have with Goatman, Hullabaloo, Opera Singer, and Ivy. There are even those on the lower echelon that are not with them, like and Wax Artist, Naiad is for specialty picks, etc. And even hunters like Geisha, who people think for are not as strong, that are very much strong and see very high usage, both in high tier gameplay and competitive gameplay.
Okay, and I believe the game is survivor sided, mainly due to a number of choices by the developers. There
Mm-hmm.
are a number of survivors that almost have no downsides and can cover most ground. This is normally a thing with the newer survivors. I think the biggest example, Wendy. I also believe that the only way for a hunter to get the advantage over the survivors is to capitalize off of the mistakes of survivors, and that there are
Mm-hmm.
too many band aids in the game that kind of patch up said mistakes for the survivors, i.e., Tide, BT,
Mm-hmm.
overall survivor kits. We also have that issue of Cipher Rush is a huge thing that kind of plagues the game, depending on which side you're on. Very
Mm-hmm.
difficult thing to deal with for hunters, but I guess to start, let me talk about the band-aids. So,
Um,
as I just mentioned, survivors have a lot of things that kick into place whenever they try to make or accidentally make a mistake, which doesn't really let the hunter gain any sort of advantage. So, let's take BT for an example.
uh-huh.
It's one cipher, right? You have one
Uh-huh.
person on chair past half, right? A
Mm-hmm.
person or survivor, whoever's going for the rescue, can absolutely scuff their rescue and have it be completely undone by BT. Because I think in ladder, majority of people do take BT. I know that's not the case in competitive. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
a lot less. But Hunter goes for a punish because of the bad rescue. Let's say, I don't know, you terror shock the survivor on the chair. That is completely undone by one perk that is decided at the beginning of the match, and it does not allow the hunter to, you know, reap any benefit from outplaying or mind gaming the survivor. What do you think?
Um, okay. For one, um, I guess in actuality, you aren't incorrect with that. My argument for that would just simply be the fact of that's kind of the whole purpose of the trait in itself. It's a one-time usage trait for a reason, and it's for situations like that.
Hmm.
Because think about it in the context of a situation where the survivor doesn't have borrowed time, certain plays and certain intricacies that you have in the game just automatically get thrown out the window, and it just makes the game practically a state of, okay, well, it doesn't matter now that it doesn't matter whether I got three cipher kited or not, because I know that if somebody is coming for the rescue and I can scuff the rescue, now that means that the game is just over in my favor because I have one person on chair, I have one person down who I can chair, gates haven't been opened, and now I have 120 seconds to run around the map rampantly and kill whatever survivor I want.
Hmm.
Because taking a spin on that, by that logic, I can say that detention in itself works in the same way as borrowed time, whereas detention is supposed to make up for survivor mistake because oh no, for hunter mistake, excuse me, because oh no, you got kited for 3.5 ciphers or whatever, like you got kited in a ranked match, but now you have detention to help you start just insta downing survivors quickly because you have your trade up by detention at this point, assuming you used your trait during your first chase,
Hmm.
and the survivor that's already at half health can't kite out a hunter that already has at bare minimum their first presence abilities, assuming that they already used their abilities, which if they, three cipher kited, they more than likely did.
Right. Would you? This is more of like a suggestion, but would you agree that BT and detention are kind of opposites of each other? They kind of cancel each other out.
I would. That's why I would be like, yeah, like it's okay. For me, like
Hmm.
you can't have one without the other. Like you can't have borrowed time without detention
Right.
because if you do that, then the whole game literally just flips on its ass.
Right.
Like
Yeah. No, I agree.
you
Um,
can't have the other.
I think another example that it's a very similar argument that I'm making is with Tide, scuffing after the rescue, right? You either, I
Hmm.
don't know, they misplay, they walk in the wrong direction, or you purposely, I don't know. These are just examples. You just blink over something while they're vaulting and terror shock them. And that's
Hmm.
completely undone by Tide. I have a famous example within my community where this is on Moonlit. It was the
Hmm.
last rescue of the game. For some reason, Tide was not used by whoever rescued.
Oh
Um,
wow.
so gate opens. Person goes for the
Hmm.
rescue. This is the chair that's right next to not two-story but tent next to the bridge,
Hmm.
and the gate is like near tram or near coaster in the top left of the map. It's that chair. So
Okay.
I had someone rescue with Tide and just walk from there to the gate, and I could not do a thing.
Yeah.
So What do you think? What's your opinion on Tide? Do you think it's necessary? Do you think it's a bit overpowered? Should be tuned a little bit? What do you think?
I think I think in the state of the game currently, it is necessary because you have just a plethora of hunters that have the ability to just completely stop the survivors from moving as a whole,
Mm-hmm.
or just cancel out and prevent their abilities just in general. So I think Tide is definitely a necessity. However, I will say that maybe as like meet in the middle kind of thing, I think perhaps they could do kind of what they did to Embalmer, where they got rid of his Tide on Coffin when you're in the detention phase, or
Mm-hmm.
when all five ciphers pop. I think maybe they could do something where Tide only lasts 10 seconds instead of 20 seconds when the ciphers are popped and whatnot. So that way, then it's not as punishing if the for the hunter if the survivors do end up saving their tide.
Right.
But I don't think removing tide as a whole would be good because again, that just defeats the purpose of bringing tide. The whole point of it is it's supposed to force the hunter to make a decision. Do you just try and pressure off and get greedy, trying to maybe get a double hit on the rescuer at the risk of the survivor getting away after they hit, or are you just gonna stay onto that survivor and then after that play accordingly based on where you can share what ciphers are worked on, what ciphers have been popped, and where what survivors are where.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think one issue I do have with Tide is you would agree this is for both sides. Time is extremely important in this game. Like this game is way
Yeah,
quicker than Dead by Daylight. You make one
yeah.
mistake and it can set you back.
Mhm.
My issue with Tide is the fact that it's kind of like a delay tool. There are a lot of things in the game that are meant to just stall, i.e., first
Mhm.
officer as a whole. We're not gonna talk about any of
Yeah.
that. So, um, I don't know. I see it as like just a stall tool. Really, 20 seconds is like what, a fourth of a cipher. Like I think
Yeah,
ciphers are
around there, yeah,
80.
because
Yeah.
it takes 83 seconds exactly for a cipher to pop, assuming
Mm-hmm.
it's neutral decoding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a suggestion in chat. Do you think Tide should be limited to one survivor per team?
No, that I don't think so.
Hmm.
Because a lot of counterplay that it comes with hunters is through Tide. Opera in her peak, her absolute peak, the only way survivors were even able to consistently draw is through having like three tides a match with no borrowed time,
Hmm.
maximizing kiting and just stalling out time with the tide turners.
Gotcha.
Restricting that to only one practically means that after first rescue, the hunter just snowballs for free. Like
Right.
and it won't even be fair.
Yeah. No, that I understand. Speaking of time and delaying, what is your opinion on ciphers in general? The time that it takes to do it. So the example that I had was I believe
Mhm.
ciphers are almost too quick in the sense that I made a few calculations here that might be a little incorrect. It takes around, let's say, on average, 50 to 60 seconds from start of game to first down, right?
Uh-huh.
5 seconds carry to chair, another 60 to get to half, right? I believe it's 60 for half, or no, is it 30 for half?
It's 30 for half, 60 for the full chair,
Right.
assuming no snooze or
Yeah,
sadism.
yeah, no snooze,
Yeah.
anything like that. So 30.
Yeah.
Second chase around 20 to 30 seconds, usually off chair was pretty quick.
Hmm.
Another carry to chair 5 seconds, and then another 30 seconds to finally, kill one
Hmm.
survivor. In that
Yeah.
time, the first 80 seconds, three ciphers are done. Let's just assume this is like a cell and then a rescue at like last second.
Yeah.
Next 80, we have so much time. We even can deduct one person because they're running from cipher to
Hmm.
chair or cipher to cipher. By the time one person is dead, all ciphers are like almost done. What do you think about that?
I feel like that's just the standard of the game. I don't know. For me, I feel like that's just the standard of the game because my first ASIM experience is with IDV. It's not with
Hmm.
DBD, like you said, for you specifically. So for me, that just is like simple standard of the game. Like if the survivors choose to sell and they just prioritize decoding, then that's a 60-second chair after you're down. That's like, yeah, three ciphers are gonna pop. They have to start the final two and whatnot.
Hmm.
Like that just seems normal. For me, that kind of just comes out to like that kind of gets into like, specificities, what hunter are you playing? What trait did you bring?
Right,
Like,
right,
are you playing a map pressure hunter? Like, are you tunneling? Are you choosing to play wither? Like it
right,
comes down to a lot of different decision makings. A lot of just, I guess, knowledge check choices for when it comes to situations like that.
right. I definitely agree with that. I know it's strange for me because, like you said, I did come from Dead by Daylight.
Hmm.
Ciphers do not pop that fast, and the fact that every hunter has abnormal, essentially, they can kick a gen, have it go backwards.
Yeah.
Um, it's just well, that kind of leads into the main issue of, and I know we're going a little bit quickly, but hunter balance, right? You have
Hmm.
these hunters who are advertised as map pressure hunters. I would say, let's Ivy. Let's even
Yeah.
be very reasonable and say Mad Eyes, even though he's not really meta or anything like that. Niche pick, but he can't
Yeah.
see the whole map.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
those are kind of getting nerfed and nerfed again without any
Hmm.
look to their kit. I mean, I understand like you can't really change Ivy. She needs an identity. Funny. Um,
Yeah.
but she needs that map pressure. It's what makes Ivy Ivy. It's the reason why you play Ivy.
Yeah.
But you are seeing these hunters with a global presence be neutered over and over and over again to the point where they barely can touch the other side of the map. A lot of people
Mhm.
argue Hermit technically is a map wide hunter, even though in reality the only thing he's doing is affecting decoding by an even worse percentage now. I think he was just nerfed again recently.
Yeah. Like
So
maybe like a
no,
couple.
go ahead. You're good.
I don't know I forgot the exact percent. I think they reduced it from like 32 to like 25, if I'm not
Hmm.
mistaken. So now it's like a 25% mass debuff, just everything they share.
Yeah. What would you
Mm.
recommend, like, or what is your ideas for how does a hunter handle the map if in the situation that I brought up with the chair, if they have to babysit a survivor and that's technically really bad for them? Camping one survivor can be very detrimental because that's free gens or free ciphers for everyone else. What do you think a hunter should do?
You gotta be aggressive. You have to go out. Like it's one of those situations where it's like, think of the way I see it is there's two kind of mentalities. There's your draw mentality where you can just be staying and babysitting at the chair to guarantee that your survivor stays dead and no one tries to pull some sneaky shit, or your win mentality where you're like, okay, I know I have like a survivor chair, they're looking like they're not going, so
Hmm.
now let me go and see what ciphers are being worked on. If there's a cipher within the vicinity and I look and I see another two ciphers that are still wiggling, meaning another two survivors are decoding and not moving in, you can then in turn decide whether you want to go and pressure that cipher, that third cipher that is being decoded that you can pressure, or are you just going to stay at the chair?
Hmm.
Because then if you choose to just stay at the chair, then it's not going to be surprising when you don't win because you let them decode three ciphers for free, but you got your free kill practically.
Hmm. Right. And funny enough, that segues into another point that I had. Um, it's somewhat discouraging for hunters to
Mm,
know that the top of the top, and we're talking the big four,
yeah.
maybe a few others, are considered tie hunters. The ability to secure a tie is kind of the best that a hunter can do, right? A guaranteed tie. In
Mhm.
reality, it's like, do you really feel that great when you tie, even on both sides? Is anyone really winning? I know it's more of like a personal thing, but
Mm.
do you think the best hunters, the best they can do, and I'm just saying, of course, 4K is the best someone can do on
Mhm.
average. Do you think it's good for hunters at their peak to only be able to tie?
Um, I would say yes because we don't need. Okay, it's a kind of a complex question to ask when you like think about it in like all aspects of the game. Assuming it's the
Hmm.
general aspect of the game, for a baseline for a hunter, like the for a baseline of the hunter has to, be borderline playable. I think being able to get a tie at max potential is fine because if every hunter is tying minimum, then that just makes the game in itself into a sandbox where it's okay, well, I can play this hunter and get a tie, I can play this hunter and get a tie, I can play this hunter, this hunter, this hunter, this hunter, and just get a draw for free without even needing to do anything. Because then if that's the case, like if every hunter has the quote unquote potential, like literal like win potential at max potential, not like, because in theory you can obviously win with every single hunter in the game,
Right.
like obviously. But if every hunter was accustomed to being built around actually like straight winning the game just from kit wise, it wouldn't be good. I think having hunters that are very good at securing ties with high potential to win, if they play it smart or they capitalize on survivor errors, along with having hunters who are actually created to straight up win, I think it's fine. If we didn't have hunters that were built to straight win, then I would say no, like the hunters should not be just built baseline to at max draw, because then
Hmm.
that's not fair. But with hunters being built to straight win, I think it is 100% fair for there to be some hunters at max potential who are okay with drawing.
Okay. So there's one example I want to bring up. In Dead by
Mhm.
Daylight, hunters are hunters have the overwhelming advantage, right? It is through plays through the survivors that get them the win. What do you think about that? Do you think IDV will ever shift to that, or will it will there be massive backlash if that's the case?
What do you mean by that? I don't quite.
So in Dead by Daylight, the way that kits are created in Dead by Daylight, every survivor is essentially the same. There's no
Hmm.
there's of course there's passive perks that can be changed, and each survivor has passive perks, but active items like flashlights and things like that, they're all the same. The hunters
Hmm.
is the one with the overwhelming advantage. Like in a neutral game, hunters will win 100% of the time. Do you think
Hmm.
IDV can ever shift to that, or allow it to shift to that point?
I don't think they will. And I think that's just like a company thing where they don't want to be known as like the DBD clone
That's
because they
yeah,
already get those
that's
allegations.
true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, someone in chat did say hunters don't get as much points for ties is another thing. I don't really remember off the top of my head if that's correct, but
The tie as a hunter, you get like an average of like 6 points.
six. Yeah, I think it's like
Yeah.
it's like, and I think depending on when the tie happened or how much you did as a survivor, you get a certain amount. I don't really remember. Um,
I can confidently say, I can definitely say that except for being peak tier for both factions, hunters just overall get more points
mhm.
compared to survivors.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, next point. What is Would you agree that there are more meta slash playable survivors at, let's say, A or S tier than there are
Hmm.
hunters?
Okay, this is actually a really good question. I like it because I can kind of segue this into my own thing.
Hmm.
This is true, but this is fundamentally because it's an asymmetrical.
Hmm.
And my deal with this, because I know I've had so many people like actually like bring this point up with me specifically, which is funny, which is why I like it. But my thing with this is that while yes, there are by technicality more meta survivors, that's by necessity because it's a 4v1. You
Hmm.
need to have four survivors that can all do something to play against the meta. So you take it in like a 1-to-4 ratio. So you have, Goatman takes four, IV takes four, Hullabaloo takes four, Opera takes four. And then with those four hunters, now that's 16 survivors out of only like maybe like 25-ish viable survivors out of the 45 character roster, because the other 20 are practically useless in comp
Hmm.
unless it's like, and in rank in general, unless it's like a very specific map, team comp, and blah 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 blah,
Hmm.
etc. So you have now only about 10 more survivors, or like around like nine survivors, 9, 10 more survivors, and you still have like another four hunters that you can play that'll be able to deal with them just fine. So then you get to a point where the hunters are outweighing the survivors
Mm,
because there just blatantly are not enough options for them.
right. Okay. And this is less of a debate thing, but would you prefer that NetEase goes back and changes old characters or comes out with new ones?
I'm gonna be honest, for me, and I know people are not gonna like this, I would like for them to just keep pushing out old characters. I mean, not pushing out new characters. I'm sorry for like if for either one in both chats. For me personally, power creep is gonna happen in a
Hmm.
competitive game in any kind of game like it is. Power creep is always gonna happen. Like it's never gonna end. I would much rather them just focus on making the new survivors intricate and making them unique in their own ways compared to just trying to go back to old characters and try to bring them back. Now, I'm not saying that they shouldn't buff old characters because I think obviously that would be good,
Hmm.
making older characters who were once viable again, but it brings into the point of like they already had their time. Like right now, like Priestess over the course of the last year has finally been seeing her way out of the meta. Like
Right.
and it took 5 years for her to finally start making her way out with the release of Opera Singer.
Yeah.
Like, do we really want to see her now get a micro buff to then automatically come back and like reign dominant and terrorize
But
hunters again?
here's
Ab-
one thing that I'd like to raise to you. An old
Yeah.
broken character suddenly becoming not
Hmm.
permabanned. Why
Uh-huh.
can't we do the same with I don't think he was ever meta, but like Jack. Why
Mm,
can't we see new hunters come to the light? Like, yes, there's niche players. There's, you play
yeah.
against peak number one, Mad Eyes, you're probably gonna be he's playing it at the same level as, Hullabaloo.
Yeah.
Why can't we see new hunters or sorry, old hunters come back? Because one thing I wanted to segue to is if you look at the majority of hunters, they have
Hmm.
received nothing but nerfs. If you look on, I don't know, Wheels page, I'm pretty sure if you take a look
Yeah.
right now, it's just nerf, 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 nerf. Clerk,
Hmm.
nerf, nerf, nerf. I think there's one buff. Hermit has been
Yeah.
nothing but nerfed. Why can't we have that?
Uh, Let me think about this because I want to make sure I don't answer the wrong question because this is another one of these like multi-step questions.
Sorry.
Yeah, nah, it's fine. Um, the reason why like I'm against that to an extent is because for one, the hunter meta and survivor meta very much revolve around each other. If you look back around COA 7, for example, Gamekeeper, very old hunter.
Hmm.
Gamekeeper is one of the first hunters that ever came out. During COA 7, he was the third most picked hunter in the entire competitive event. And these are the people that, get paid to play the game, have sponsorships, they make a living off of it and play it at like a
Hmm.
professional level. And he was a season one hunter and hasn't been changed like for the last 3 years.
But would you say
Eh,
that's due to the top, let's say, two hunters being permabanned? I don't know. I wasn't around for COA 7.
yeah.
I'm just gonna
That
say I don't remember
yeah.
actually. I don't know who's meta then. Would you say that
No,
he
it's
only
fine.
came to light because the top two were banned?
No. He came to light that's why I mentioned earlier. The metas for hunters and survivors, they revolve around each other. Gamekeeper came to light because prior to the COA 7 meta, the meta was very support oriented and harassment oriented. And Gamekeeper is a character that if played correctly, can be very anti-harassment and very anti-tight kite. And
Hmm.
the meta back in the day where you during COA 6 where you had Antiquarian at her absolute peak,
Yeah.
you had characters like Priestess who were still going crazy and whatnot.
Hmm.
Gamekeeper was a way to get rid of to get rid of those characters and to deal with them in a very effective manner. Like if you're a priestess against a gamekeeper, all he needs to do is hook you during the portal animation. He slams his body on the wall and you just burn a portal. Or you decide to play antiquarian, he hooks you, he goes around you, and then afterwards your stick doesn't matter because you can't stick him if you try to.
Hmm. So you're saying hunters come to light in response to meta.
survivors or vice versa. Like Wildling, for example, when Opera Singer was at her absolute peak, Wildling was a character that everyone deemed garbage, like actual atrocity,
Mm-hmm.
because he was, technically speaking, he was bad at everything he did. He had mediocre harassment. He had horrible decoding. He has an active like movement debuff where he walks 4% slower than every other survivor in the game. And then Opera Singer came out, and then Wildling immediately rose to like, A tier, because the thing against Opera Singer, what you needed was survivability, and what was Wildling? Infinite
Tank.
kiting for infinite tank.
Yeah, yeah.
So he immediately built up upon that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
Hmm.
that's understandable. Now, I
Yeah.
guess a small segue. Do you think that this meta is stale or should change? Or is it good?
On what faction? On what side?
I'm talking li- honestly on both sides because let's just say what do you see on Hunter? You see Hullabaloo, you see Ivy, you see Goatman. What do you see on Survivor?
Yeah.
You see Merc, you see I guess I wouldn't say Mike. Mike's a maybe. Mechanic, sure.
Mm,
You
yeah.
see meta maybe Florian. Knight. Let's talk about Knight. Wendy. Wendy's not. I wouldn't say Wendy's S
Yeah.
tier. Pretty
Yeah.
good, but I think on both sides. Do you think it's getting stale and it needs like a big overhaul?
I think the meta is getting stale. I want to say it's getting stale on the survivor end, but the only reason I'm disagreeing is because as of literally like 3 days ago, like across all regions, we probably had like one of the most diverse survivor lineups for like rounds on end.
Mm-hmm.
So while I want to say the survivor meta is getting stale, I was literally proven wrong last weekend
Yeah, I
versus
heard Cole was
the
wild. Yeah.
yeah, I was literally proven wrong last weekend. Otherwise, I
Mm-hmm.
would have been like, yeah, serve meta is kind of getting stale.
Mm-hmm.
But for the hunter meta, I 100% agree that it is getting stale, because it's not just like, the big four. It's like if you're not playing the big four, because I'm reading through both chats, and I've seen like, people in your chat saying that like, oh, I have to play the meta to win, when that's not necessarily true, because people hear the word meta and automatically think win, which is kind of like a mentality that this community has adopted, where they think for the meta it has to be equal win, not a hunter that can still stably draw and can win if played correctly. My
Mm-hmm.
examples would be this for like hunters like Anne, Blood Queen. Even though BQ is not actual like tourney meta, she can still be used in rank quite effectively. Naiad, Wax Artist, Clerk, Hermit, Night Watch, like all these hunters, like at least in the rank setting that you can play, and if you play them correctly, you can very much still find yourself winning very much consistently. Obviously, you're not going to win 100% of the time, but no, I don't think there should be a hunter or survivor in general that should guarantee
Mm-hmm.
100% win rates.
Right, right. Yeah, I understand. I think a lot of people,
Yeah, Dreamwitch too. Yeah.
yeah, I think one issue that people also see and very common is they try
Mhm.
to compare pro play with ladder play, right? We're
Yeah.
talking pro play is the top of the top 0.1%, right? They don't make
Uh-huh.
mistakes. I mean, yes, of course we're human and make mistakes, but they don't make mistakes. We cannot apply the same tactics that they do in pro play to ladder. So you'll see a lot of people like
Hmm.
doing like COA strats, like what's it, like no BT was like a thing from last COA, I think. I think even I saw that. There was a lot of
Hmm.
people that are like, "Oh, I'm not gonna take BT. I'm not gonna take BT," and then things like that. It's just, it's a complete mess, a
Hmm.
big mess. It's because I also unfortunately used to play League of Legends. People would try stuff that they would see in pro play all the time. It just would not work.
Hmm.
I think it's a very important lesson for people to learn.
Hmm.
Is it's a completely different vacuum. We can't apply the same strat, and it's
Hmm.
almost an entirely different balancing field, right?
Yeah.
Because they can play hunters to the next level. Meanwhile, I'm not saying a peak can't play. Like obviously, peak tiers are pro players, some of them.
Hmm.
It's just completely different. What do you think about that? What do you think about applying pro competitive strats to ladder?
I think that can't work for obvious reasons, but I
Hmm.
do think that we need to take what they do in pro play into consideration with how they balance, because I've said it a lot of times with people in the past where the way IDV balances the game is based off pro play and only high tier gameplay.
Right.
They don't really take in consideration the opinions of the lower tier and mid tier players, just blatantly speaking, because they're lower and mid tier players. They don't have a fundamental grasp on how the game like really works extensively
Right.
and all the intricacies of the game and how it functions to its core, at its very core.
Mm-hmm.
So while I don't think we should use tournament on a complete scale, I think it should be a good reference point for like, hey, maybe we shouldn't, do this. Like my example for this is Hullabaloo. Like right now, Hullabaloo right now for COA that just passed across all regions, his average kill rate is 3.7. On average, he's
Yeah.
killing 3 survivors every match. Like,
Yeah. As a
and
Hullabaloo
that's
player, I do not want them to nerf. I know they're gonna do it. Happening.
yeah. He's averaging 3.6, 3.7 kills a game, which is, he's every time you like mathematically speaking, you play him, you're practically guaranteed to win if
Right.
you have a working brain, right?
Right.
So it's things like that. Like when you put that in perspective, it's like, okay, well, if the competitive people at like the highest of highest tier level are, getting absolutely slaughtered with 4-man comms, maybe we should tone it down so that way then in rank where you don't have that luxury of 4-man comms in high tier, it's not as cancerous.
Right. Now, speaking of Hullabaloo, this is from a Hullabaloo player. Do you think
Mm,
that survivors are somewhat blowing
mhm.
his power out of proportion, right? Calling him the unkiteable, you can't face him. If you see him, you're dead, sort of thing. As like,
I
go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say like, okay, before first presence, yes, it is kind of dragging it, not gonna lie. There is minimal counterplay that I found for Hullabaloo when he first came out after like spending like 5 hours experimenting with him.
Hmm.
Is just distance gaining. All the way I see it is Hullabaloo is Opera 2.0 from when she first came out, but Survivors, we already have kind of a blueprint on how to handle him because we already handled Opera Singer.
Hmm.
But once he gets first presence, I don't find it an exaggeration because once he hits first presence, he just violates every single map. Like, oh, you wanna drop a pallet? Oh, I'll just jump over it and then slap you again. Oh, you wanna hop over it again? Well, I'll just put a clone to apply a color onto you that can terror shock you for the
Hmm.
fuck of it. Oh, I don't know where a survivor is. I'll just drop a clone, and wherever the clone is facing, it points to me in the direction of the nearest survivor. So yeah, have fun with that.
You're not wrong, but I would say he is a lot easier countered than people make him out to be, even at first presence.
Mhm.
One point that you made, pallets, really good. Yes, he can jump over a pallet and he can immediately hit you. I will give him that. I will give you that. But
Mhm.
know that his jumps are on a 19-second cooldown. If he doesn't have any jumps and you vault a pallet, he legitimately cannot hit you over the pallet. He can barely
Mhm.
hit you past a window. His hitbox is the size of his circle, right? If you
Mhm.
even make any distance on him, you won't hit him. And for the clone, I've noticed, and this is kind of a thing because it's a mobile game, let's be real, it has
Yeah.
very bad hit registration. There are so many times where I've seen people walk through the clone and not get a color for some reason. It
Yeah.
happens so often. Um, but choke points too also completely annihilate him. One thing
Mm.
that he is countered by that I guarantee you no other hunter in the game is pretty much countered by. Just stand in front of him with another survivor. He cannot punish people who are body blocking at all. And Hullabaloo late game, I'm talking gates are able to be opened, all ciphers are done, is probably one of the worst hunters when it comes to closing a game because of his whole 3 hit, 1 detention hit situation. Would you agree?
No, I
No.
would not.
Okay. Why not?
Because at full presence, it only takes you. technically speaking, 2 hits to apply for a color after each hit. And then as for your body blocking, you just drop a clone behind the in front of the survivor that's being body blocked, which then in turn causes overlap on your clones because your clones can activate each other's circles. So if you have clone A on white and your physical body overlaps on the white of clone A, you hit, you will apply red and white at the same time. So now you only need one color, and it applies multiple times to multiple survivors.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then as for the detention phase, it's like at detention, most survivors don't have items anymore, so they're just naked survivors. They can't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh, you're a detention hullabaloo. Oh, it doesn't matter that I need to hit you with 3 colors because you have no tools to defend yourself with.
Right. Okay. I agree with some of those, but I understand. Would you like to get into Twitter questions?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. We can do. I'll do one. You'll do one. Do that sort
Yeah,
of thing. Okay. So
yeah.
first question. Let's see. Which is more important, team comp slash counters or skill? For example, if Joseph gets matched with a doctor and barmaid, is it his fault if he loses?
For
Hmm.
me, I that's kind of both. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of both.
Yeah, I feel like you can main other people other than, let's just use doctor and barmaid. You can main, I don't know, you could be like a batter forward main, and then you try to counter pick with doctor barmaid. You're not gonna really know what to do.
Hmm.
So that's the skill aspect, and I guess I would say I would say it's actually not one of the two. I would say it's just knowledge. You know what the hunter does. Sure, anyone can counter Joseph if they know how to play against him.
Hmm.
But what do you think? You said counters,
I
right?
say it's. I said it's both. It's both counters and skill.
Hmm.
Because on one hand, number one, I don't know what Joseph would willingly play into Doctor Barmaid.
That's
If you
true.
do, you're kind of crazy for that. I'm not gonna lie. Um, but on the other hand, if you know you get countered by that with area selection with photo, you just go to where the doctor spawned. You down her, put her on balloons, and then afterwards you just RNG snowball. Because for me, Joseph is a really weird hunter because for me, Joseph is, I would just say here, I find Joseph completely brainless.
Hmm.
For me, at a high tier level, I find Joseph brainless because at a high tier level where you know the fundamentals of the game, because people like to use the argument of, oh, well, for Joseph, you need to, you need to keep track of ciphers, you need to know where survivors are, you need to see, you need to pay attention to how many ciphers are being worked on, blah blah blah. And I'm like, that's great and all, but every other hunter in the game has to do that. That's
Right.
not something exclusive to photographer.
Hmm.
Every hunter has to do that. And all you're really doing as a photo is every 40 seconds you're snapping a picture, looking at where the survivors were beforehand, and then afterwards you are just then hitting them down, ballooning them in camera world, and then rinse repeating and then finding them with full presence.
Hmm.
That's all you're doing. Me personally, in high tier, where the Josephs already obviously know the fundamentals of the game, it doesn't really take much pen to paper to be able to just look at where the survivors spawn in area selection, snap a photo, hit everyone you want to hit, get full presence off first camera, and then just find the down survivor. Or have everyone injured and then just blink down somewhere else and no one can rescue.
Right.
For me, that doesn't radiate much skill.
Yeah, I somewhat agree. I think it's a big issue with his kit in general. He's kind of like a solitaire hunter. You're kind of playing a
Mhm.
different game entirely. Just you're in camera world, just frolicking around, hitting people, not really interacting with the survivors on like a one-to-one level. So
Mhm.
I agree. I agree. That kind of segues. I know I'm using two questions, but it kind of segues into another question. How would you rework Joseph?
Mm, reworking, I don't know how because I feel like I want to try and keep Joseph's identity, but I don't want to keep his gimmick. Like I don't know how one would keep his identity of the photographer, like
Hmm.
keeping a gimmick with you know, getting rid of what he currently has.
Right.
Like maybe I don't know, they could take something from Clerk, but then that would just make him like a clerk, like where he can snap a photo of like a survivor using their ability, and then he can then use apply that ability onto himself. Maybe like you snap a photo of like a cheerleader using her speed boost or something. Now you have like a nerfed version of the speed boost that you can apply to yourself. But like
Mm.
it's still like instead of like a 70%, it's like a 35% speed boost. And now you can apply yourself a 35% movement speed boost for like 3-4 seconds. And then
That's
obviously, because it's the hunter, he doesn't have the actual, you know, whatchamacallit, backlash from the using the ability. But
the slowdown. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah.
obviously, using every single survivor, like, could you imagine if Photo could just decide to stun you with a stick
Just imagine him forward sprinting you at Mach
forward
3.
at you? Right. It's like, oh my God.
Ugh. Yeah, I think what I would imagine is like you can take a picture of a area like from
Uh-huh.
Joseph's POV and replay
Mhm.
it, and if you hit a survivor, they take like 25%, not even 50, 25%.
Uh-huh.
I think that's the only thing.
Okay. Someone in my chat said just make Photo World a second domain that he has access to only. Which
I think that
that actually would be good considering that you as a survivor you actively enter his domain to to deal with him more effectively.
that only he can enter. Wouldn't that like completely reduce counterplay though? Like he does whatever he wants in there, and you can't do
Yeah,
anything about it.
yeah, that's the only thing I'm like kind of concerned about
Hmm.
because then he'll just like, oh, well, I'll just be in camera world.
Yeah, he just does whatever. He plays a second IDV game basically.
Literally.
Yeah. You have a question? Go over.
One of my
I'm just
One
pulling
of
these from
my
Twitter.
questions, yeah. No, yeah, I also have my Twitter pulled up.
Yeah.
And one of mine was like somebody asked, do you think that if people champion above were able to play as a full team and see who the hunter is before the game starts, it would be less hunter sided? So they already think that the game is hunter sided. But if champions were able to force stack practically,
Hmm.
because in champion you can't force stack. You have to just duo, and that's the best you got. And
Um.
then in
Go ahead.
area selection being able to see the hunter because the hunter in area selection you can see the survivors but the hunters can't see you. I mean the survivors can't see you or who you're playing, so those kind of things.
I think you would see a significant decrease in champion hunters because I don't think anyone would want to play hunter in champion, considering that you're dealing with four stacks. Like I didn't even bring this up as an issue before,
Hmm.
but communication as a whole completely undermines the game, and that's kind of an issue with asymmetrical horror games. Like there's nothing you can do about it. Discord is a
Yeah,
thing, and that gives survivors a huge, huge boost. Communication is crazy if it's not through pings and it's through live voice chat. It's crazy for the survivors.
yeah,
Imagine four champions or even up to four peaks against one hunter who's going to talk to himself.
yeah, bro, he's gonna talk to the voices in his head.
Yeah, apparently you see Nightmare talking to his crows or something. I don't
Right.
know. Yeah, no, I think hunters. I think the game would be like 90% survivor sided. Like you would see no hunters wanting to play the game at that level.
I would agree, to be honest, because the main reason why they haven't implemented that is because in CN specifically the survivors outpace the hunters. Like
Hmm.
that's how volatile the survivors are over there.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I would not want to play the game if I had to four stack or have to play against the four stack and champ. No.
I would say though, in the long run, I think it would be good because that would just breed better hunters, both in the competitive sense and the rank sense. It would just be a really, really difficult learning curve, like very hard.
Here's the thing, and this is something I've seen mostly in my community. It seems like North America, the EU,
Hmm.
simply just does not have the skill match with China. We just
Yeah.
can't. we are just incapable of doing so. Why do you think that is?
Let me pull this up because I was talking with a friend and I practically said everything I would say here to that friend. Let me see. Ma'am, if you're in chat, I'm pulling up our DMs for this. Hold on.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
unfortunately that's the case in like most competitive games. Right? Like I'm using League as
yeah,
an example. NA has not come close to beating Korea or China
yeah,
ever. I think
mm,
season one, but
yeah. The reason I agree with that in a sense, I agree. I'm not a complete like non-believer, but I think NA could in theory do it as a whole. But the reason why it's never happened is because we're a copycat server.
hmm
Every team that we have in the competitive scene, like for the most part, like 90, I want to say like 95% of the teams that we have in the competitive atmosphere, with they don't actually think and understand the game to the degree that it needs to be understood.
mm,
Instead, all we do is that we see strategies that we see and that we see overseas, and we just try to mimic them without understanding the intricacies behind those strategies. My
hmm
example for this would be literally NAU's COA matches that happened this weekend. Like there was a lot of matches, like I said on my Twitter, that I'm very much disappointed with NAU COA because of how it worked, how it happened, how it went down, the lack of understanding in the meta, and why we're using certain meta characters and why we're not. Like I was very shocked at the amount of round one forward picks with Goatman, Ivy, Hullabaloo, and to
hmm
an extent Opera, being all available, and forward not being able to harass, not support, just sit there, maybe stun on chair to rescue, and then decode 25% slower.
Right.
Then we're locking in same thing where it's round two, it's a small map, it's Red Church, and instead of banning Hullabaloo because Goatman is universal banned, we want to ban Opera Singer, who's already nerfed and manageable, and then be confused when we get four killed by the Hullabaloo on Red Church.
Right. Pretty strong
It
map.
so it's like things like that, like things like that occur to me, and it's like, yeah, we're just not catching up because it's like we're not understanding the game. And then there's the mentality that NA has. Mentality, despite the NA, despite being a copycat server, also simultaneously wants to be different and stand out, which I know it sounds contradictory, right? But the way NA functions is that a lot of the hunters in NA, they don't want to play meta. They don't like the idea of having to play meta in order to win. When again, in a competitive game, welcome to power creep, kids. That's gonna be the case. Like, I'm sorry,
Right.
like power creep is a thing. I think they should manage power creep better, but you're never gonna escape power creep. It's just always going to be a universal constant in any game that has some kind of competitive scene or player versus player scene in general. That's always the case.
Right.
And in a tournament setting where we're supposed to be playing best of the best, we have people locking in shit like
The
Geisha round two,
or like
or
detention fool's gold. Was it?
yeah, detention fool's gold with no trait when you need a minimum draw to three man to win. And it's like things like that then it's like, why? Because if you just play the meta, you probably have a higher chance of actually winning in a tournament. People try to play tournament specifically like it's a ranked match. They don't
hmm
have a tourney mentality. They're not thinking about rotation, cipher layouts, builds, conditions they need, the map itself, the compositions that they're bringing. A lot of the teams, they don't even consider it. And my most infamous example would be Rivals versus RM in round two, where the hunter needed a four kill, and with Ivy and Opera Singer available, and even Hermit, because there are some hunters that are in their, for me specifically, in their own class of win or lose. So for me, hunters like Breaking Wheel and Hermit, they are win or lose hunters. There's no in between. You either play well and win, or you eat shit and lose. That's
Right.
there's no in between for them. But the hunter decides to lock in round 2 patroller BQ when you need a 4 kill.
Right. I can
And
see.
it's like why? You know? So all of these things that happen, it's then turned into the case of like, huh, we know how to mechanically play the game, but we don't know how to play the game, you know? Like
Hmm.
we're not thinking about everything that we need to think about.
Do you think, and this is no hate on current
Yeah.
pro players, do you think that we can herald in a new age of NA competitive scene? Can the new gens bring the table what the old gens couldn't currently?
If NA decides to start giving a shit about competitive like randomly and also then decide to like get their head out of their asses about not wanting to play a character to win because they don't like the character, then yes, I think we can. But if that's for me again, I've been playing in NA for 5 years now, almost six. That's more
Hmm.
than likely not happening, which is
Right.
really sad to say.
Just gotta start our own team, I guess.
Right. Just gotta prove them wrong ourselves.
Just gotta do it ourselves. Um, so let me pull up another question. Let's see. Maybe at the end we can discuss the lovely leak that was Archer.
Mm-hmm.
We can talk about that in a bit because okay. Um, which hunter slash survivor do you think is the most balanced currently out of all characters and why? So I guess we'll do one for each. Um, I'd say hunter wise, and the epitome of tie, the epitome of average.
Yeah, I was actually gonna pick between her and Naiad.
Yeah, I would probably say that as well.
Her and Naiad, they're the epitome of just I can draw, and that's okay.
Yeah,
That's about it.
survivor
Mm,
balanced, most balanced. I
Mind's Eye, obviously.
oh yeah, yeah, thief.
Yeah.
A thief.
Thief,
No,
really?
no, 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 no. That was a joke. Thief sucks.
Nah.
Um.
It's obviously antiquarian, clearly,
Oh
right?
yeah, clearly one that
Clearly.
smacks you into next
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
I think the most balanced survivor is probably fire investigator because he he's good or bad depending on the player. But at
Mhm.
a baseline, if you're not min maxing him and playing him with the most optimal ball placement and timings and things like that, he's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
if not, I would say it's tough because there's so many.
Oh yeah.
I'd say lawyer, so like middle of the pack now. Power
Yeah, he
crept
kind of
to
just
oblivion.
exists. Mm. I would probably just say Psych just because she has nothing to her kit aside from just taking 3 hits, and that's about it.
Yeah,
Like no real she has no real meat to her kit with how baseline it is. It's just I can eat 3 hits and that's about it.
pretty much. Yeah,
Mm.
very very average character. I would say those are pretty.
Mm. Uh, Another one from mine. Someone said, where is it? Because I got a really good one. Let me see if I can find it. It's right here. Do you think it's fair to say the game is hunter slash survivor sided if you are only looking at the top five of each side and not the sides as a whole? Example, saying the game is hunter sided with Goatman Hullah when Jack, Nightmare, etc. exist.
Top five of each side. I mean, we did kind of cover this
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah.
One hunter takes four
It's
survivors.
four survivors. Yeah.
Um, if hunters and survivors were locked to the top five, I think the game would be hunter sided,
Hmm.
mainly because the whole benefit of playing Survivor is the versatility. Yes, some characters are not inherently meta, but they can work in certain situations.
Hmm. I would have to say I agree with the usage of, calling it hunter sided, even though looking at the big 4/5 hunters, because, I already said it earlier, but one hunter, four survivors, you just put it at a ratio, and it's like the hunters just end up outnumbering the survivors. And these are all hunters that like they're not even like it's not like they're violinist who's bottom five of the game or something, right? Like
Yeah,
yeah,
pretty difficult to do.
they're yeah,
Counters might not even be in the top five. Like
yeah.
who's a big counter to Hullabaloo? The top of my head. Apparently forward now. He wasn't before, and now can.
Oh yeah, now yeah. I'm pretty sure the nerfs already went through with the
Hmm.
like the 3/10 second delay, but now he can actually harass him,
Yeah.
which is fine. Which hurts him a lot. Like hurts him
Oh
a
yeah.
lot.
Yeah. So don't even get me started about forward.
You're giving him
Very.
some kind of relevance.
I mean, I think he's a harasser who has almost no downside when it comes to his harassment. He doesn't have the travel time of batter. He doesn't have the risk of walking up to the hunter like Varian. Like you will see um so you'll see forwards doing race card maneuvers and then finally hitting you for like what is a 3 second stun.
Yeah. Okay, if they're doing race car maneuvers, you're probably gonna be there for a good 6 seconds.
Oh yeah.
But
If
that's
they're
like they're swerving, moving up, down, left, right, A, B, A, B. Like you're gonna be there for a good bit. But it comes at a cost of he only has 6 seconds worth of ball.
yeah,
Six,
that's
yeah,
true.
6 seconds worth of ball, and then after that he has nothing to work with aside from like his very good base stats,
Yeah, vaulting speed. I think he has like
mm,
pallet dropping or something
pallet
like that.
dropping speed and struggle speed.
Yeah. He's got some.
Yeah.
Let me grab.
Mm.
I think we can do what hour or so. We can do like
Or
two
yeah,
two more questions, like one from me, one from
yeah,
you, and then we'll talk about Archer and probably call it from
yeah.
there.
All right.
Um, take a got the recent introduction to global hunter bans. Do you believe this changes whether the game is survivor or hunter sided? Some hunters seem to not be able to adapt to this with the questionable. I think they meant
Mm.
some survivors were not able to adapt to this with the questionable hunter picks.
Mm. I would say it definitely makes the game a bit more balanced, but it doesn't make it survivor sided yet.
Yeah,
Just
from
because like if for it's like, all right, round two, at least now you know that the big four are gone, you know?
mm-hmm.
But round three, they're still wax artists, they're still Naiad if you're a crazy specialist, they're still Geisha, like
Right.
all these like viable round three hunters. And that's not even, again, considering the condition that these hunters need, which is why it's like when people try to like say things with comp, it's like, okay, well then you gotta think of everything with comp because it's like, well, if you only need a draw to win, then play and there you go. Like
Yeah. Right.
that's all you gotta do.
But there was one thing I was mentioning to my chat. Do
Mm.
you think it's a bit of a double-edged sword, the amount of nerfs hunters are getting? Like, everyone absolutely groans when they hear wax artist or when they hear Percy.
Yeah.
Do you think the survivors are kind of doing it to themselves by getting the top four, like completely out of there? If you took out the top four, I assure you, you would see a massive influx of wax artists and Percy games.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Think we should still keep the Kings at the top, or is it time for a new set to come in?
Mm, I say for now we probably should still keep the current kings just because of the fact of it's like it would be a complete different like meta shift if like like wax artists or fucking Percy were to
Mm,
become like the new kings of the game.
yeah,
So I
imagine
think
that.
for right now, I think we're fine. Like survivors will always have to adapt. That's kind of just the gimmick with survivors. Like that's why a lot of the memes that I hear from a lot of hunter players is, oh, just get better, bro. Like it's like,
Hmm.
and you literally see it in real time in comp where they like actively get better. Like if
Yeah.
you compare like on a random tangent, like you compare like the first 4 weeks of Opera Singer to the last 2 weeks during summer IVL of 2023, it was like the difference between how the survivors played were night and day. Like
Hmm.
they went from getting four-pieced every round to consecutively like being able to like draw her a good amount of the time
Right.
over
Right.
the course of like a 10-week period. But I
Yeah.
would definitely say for right now, let's just keep the way the state of the game is currently before we eventually shift. Especially since like Goatman and Hullabaloo have just made their kind of like debut.
Right. It's funny. Do you think it was justified for Goatman to get nerfed before his first competitive scene? Get nerfed twice, I think. Once out of testing and once immediately before some tournament. I don't remember.
I think so, to be honest, because when I had the unfortunate privilege of 1v1ing and facing Sprinter's Goatman as well as like
Oh,
other top hunters Goatmans, and let me just say this: if you know what a Venn diagram is, you have successfully mastered Goatman. If you are aware of what a Venn diagram is, congratulations, you are now a professional S badge Goatman. That's it.
there it
Like
is. Secret.
he, he's just it's so like what he could do at his peak. It was just so stupid. Like it was cage hit. Oh, you got God forbid you get chaired in basement, bro. God forbid you get put
Oh,
in
yeah.
basement. God forbid. GG's, you just lose the match.
Always fun when newer survivors are walking towards chair and you put a max range cage. They walk right into it and you immediately break it.
Yep.
That was funny. He first came out. Pretty funny. All right, we'll do one more on
Hmm.
your side.
Hmm.
Thoughts? Survivor.
Hmm. This one as do you think Geisha is still meta viable or did she fall off? Is she an unfair hunter that would make this game hunter sided too, even though there are specific ways you can destroy her in a match and win?
I don't think she's. I think she's fallen from her throne. Yes, she is a elk stomper,
Elk
but
Stomper.
I don't think she has much
Mm,
room in the higher tiers. I mean, it's said in the question itself, there's a very specific way to destroy Geisha. If everyone knows
yeah.
that at high tier, what can she do?
Mm. I semi agree with the question just because I think Geisha does have her niche in the meta currently, but she's not like, like she's not where she was back during like COA 5, where she was like the like one of the staple like round picks. She has her niche. Like you can whip out a Geisha in like round 3 and be like, you know what? Like, okay, it's a Geisha. You gotta like, play a little. But she's not a hunter now where you can just be like, all right, I'm gonna play Geisha and it'll be all right. Like, no, she's
Hmm.
not. She's not there anymore.
Yeah, I think.
She can.
Good.
Yeah, no, that was gonna be like she's like similar to like the Naiad and kind of thing, just not as consistent.
Yeah, I think she's solved. Like BQ, people just know how to play against BQ,
Hmm.
and most people know how to play against Geisha. He's like right
Hmm.
there at the cusp of newer players not knowing how to play against Geisha, but not
Yeah.
quite like I don't know, lurk wheel level of like just super
Hmm.
rare that the
Yeah.
mains will just destroy you.
Yeah.
Ready?
I def I agree with that.
So
Wow.
I'm gonna, for those who don't know, there was a leak for Archer's one of Archer's abilities. I don't think all of them are out. I'll give it a
Yeah.
quick read. Um, certainly interesting. It is very interesting. So it is called Archery Master. He has 10 arrows, 10 out of 10 wooden arrows with a cooldown of 6 seconds. So it says, and I'm just going to read it word for word. I know it's translated. Archers carry a long arrow and 10 wooden arrows. Usage. By long pressing the skill key, charge, aim, and shoot the wooden arrow. The longer the charge time, the faster the wooden arrow flies, the farther it flies. After the, it says supervisor. I'm assuming that's hunter.
Yeah, that's the hunter.
After the hunter is hit by a
Sorry, Chad, I
wooden
had to
arrow.
cover you.
After the hunter is hit by a wooden arrow, their movement speed will be reduced by 5% for 10 seconds. If the hunter is hit again, the slowdown effect will be refreshed and they will be stunned for an additional 3 seconds. When a wooden arrow hits a chair with a survivor tied to it, the chair will not be able to increase the elimination progress for 5 seconds, and the rescue speed will be increased by 50%. And then the last line says, wooden arrows will fall when they hit an obstacle or miss the target and can be recovered or destroyed by the hunter. That is one ability. One ability. It has
We
what?
don't know the rest, by the way.
3
We don't know the
total?
rest.
Yeah,
We
we don't
know
know
the
passives. We don't know numbers. We don't know her other 2 abilities. I think this is ridiculous. I think Crazy Zeus and I were talking. What happens if you pair three little survivors together called Archer, Andrew, Gravekeeper, right? And Postman? What kind of rescue speed do we get then?
That's a plus 100 like 30%.
Yeah.
130% rescue.
That is insane.
With a postman letter and everything.
We're making rescues like impossible to react to. Goodbye Terror Shock on chair. It's just not gonna happen.
Making Pharaoh a viable rescue, no way.
Yeah. It's like, and I was like thinking like if Knight can do this on a ranged rescue with the chip hit that like the chip shield, I don't like this. For me, this kind of brings up an issue I've had recently. I think recently survivors have been made with the sense that they're kind of good at everything and they kind of have no downsides. My main argument is Wendy. Power crept like 3 or 4 other survivors, has way better tools than those. Can't really, do weird collision stuff anymore with the cloud, but I feel like it's so much. It's so overloaded on one character. I know people said that about Knight, and he turned out like not as good as people claimed him to be. I don't know. What do you think?
For me, looking at this from like a pure competitive lens, I like it because I think competitively speaking, the survivors need this. And a rank lens, people that don't play meta, they're gonna cry. She's gonna get nerfed. Like
100%.
she's one of these characters where I look at her and I'm like, if this is just 1 of 4, it's like she's gonna get nerfed. If you don't play meta, then people are like they're gonna for the people that don't play meta, like you got your Ripper players, your Vio players, Bon, etc. Like people are gonna like lose their minds because it's not
It's
like
bad. I just
we don't even
compare.
know the range on this thing.
Yeah,
Like
that's another thing. It can go across the map for all we know. We just don't know. I mean, it says the farther it
uh,
flies. I'm gonna assume it's pretty far.
yeah,
Pretty
it's
far.
an arrow, I would hope, right? Like
And the last thing we need is more animation lock for a hunter having to break every single arrow over and over again. Like, 'cause I'm assuming it's gonna have the same break speed as like a ball or a catapult.
yeah.
So it's just imagine breaking like 6 of them in a game, 2 seconds each.
Yeah. I would say at least though, assuming this is just because they didn't keep it in writing, assuming it hits the hunter, then it just breaks on impact, which is like fine, I guess. Sure, yeah, I
Hmm.
guess. But yeah,
Yeah,
having to eat a what is it a 3 second stun along with being slowed down
by 5.
for
Yeah,
10 seconds, like that's still gonna be a pain in the ass.
that's the thing I don't like. and it's actually a point that I forgot to bring up during the argument, is
Hmm.
for a game called Identity V, we're kind of having an identity crisis when it comes to characters because we're kind of foregoing the roles of rescue, assist, code,
Hmm.
um and this is one issue that I can't believe I forgot because I complain about it all the time. Accelerated decoding makes
Hmm.
3 roles decoders, and it makes decoders decoders plus. What do you
Hmm.
think about accelerated decoding in its place?
Sorry, hold on.
No worries.
I think I think accelerated is fine now because the whole point of accelerated is that it's supposed to be a comeback mechanic. It's supposed to give you something so you can fight because assuming the hunter's already at full presence and you're in a shitty situation,
Hmm.
it's giving you something to work with rather than nothing. And yes, while that like defeats the person's like, oh, so why did I play so well? If then the survivor is going to be able to get accelerated to then maybe come back, it's a
Hmm.
necessity because we have hunters like Ivy who are guaranteed free hits every 43 seconds at full presence. Clerk who can just like spam pages on the same cipher and then reduce the decoding. Hermit who already slows down decoding. Dream Witch who can have like 5 different things at once.
Right.
And then also then hunter traits that even like for whatever reason if a hunter wants to start off the game with abnormal for whatever reason.
See, that's actually one thing I was thinking of. The fact that, and let's just say this is a hunter without trump card. Hunter has to
Hmm.
dedicate an entire trait to counter one aspect of the game that isn't even um what's it belongs to the
Hmm.
game, doesn't even belong to a survivor. Think about how many hunters rely on blink to get any sort of down. Having to
Hmm.
counter that, and not all hunters have anti decoding abilities. I think the only one that I can see off the top of my head that takes blink and can counter decoding is hermit.
Yeah.
It's usually warp, blink, or E.
Hmm.
I think it's a bit much. I suggested something kind of like how decoders, not decoders, survivors get accelerated decoding,
Hmm.
that hunters get some sort of rage mode where the only thing they get is movement speed percentage based on the hunter they're playing. We're not going to give Hullabaloo 15% movement speed when he's zooming around. Like, I know that's
Hmm.
broken. Like, even as a Hullabaloo player, that's
Yeah.
broken. But I'm saying hunters like Feaster. God forbid you're playing Feaster. He moves
Ah.
so slow. He is like probably if not the slowest hunter in the game. He can't keep up. Even with the tentacles, those things get dismantled in 4 seconds. There is no map presence for that
Hmm.
dude. So maybe give him a 15% movement speed buff, and give Hullabaloo like out of 3, out 2% because NetEase is obsessed with 2% for some.
Hmm.
That's kind of an idea I had. What do you think? It's just something I came up with randomly.
I think if they could individualize it per the hunters, it would actually be a really fun mechanic.
Hmm.
Like I would like to see that because that would actually be really funny. A while back in the day, they used to have something like that. It took up the confined space persona. It was this thing called Doom Shock, where every every single swing that you did when you were in the Doom Shock state had a 2% chance to just insta down the survivor. And if
Oh,
you hit that 2% chance, then it doubles for the next one. Then if you hit that one, it doubles for the next one,
oh,
and so on and so forth.
gotcha. Yeah.
And they ended up taking it out the game because obviously it would just turn games into RNG fest because like it was most notorious on Geisha because back in the day, Geisha, the way you would play Geisha is not with throwing butterflies. It would be literally just like you look at a survivor, you dash, and the survivor has like a built-in button that appears on the screen whenever the Geisha's looking at you for
Hmm.
you to like skill check her. So it would be infamous with Geisha where she would get like kited for like 3.5 ciphers and then Doomshock will come in and save the day because she'll just get a random Doomshock on a tear on at a chair at a rescue and then win off that.
Hmm. Yeah, my
Uh,
reasoning for like the whole rage mode thing is it ups the stakes for both sides. It makes it a little more exciting. It's
yeah.
like more risky play. Like, oh, one mistake and you're
Well, you're you're SOL. But on the other hand, like if you use your perk properly and whatnot, and like you that little mini buff that you have, like I think would be good. Like, or maybe even applying like something like someone in my chat is saying like seasonal bonuses to certain hunters. Like, imagine if certain hunters, like for a hunter for like a specific season or whatnot. Like, could you imagine Opera Singer like for this specific season, she has like a plus 10% increase to like all of her stats or something.
oh, I would like that with old hunters. I don't think I would like that with new hunters because if I'm
Oh yeah,
sure
no,
if people rolled
yeah.
Hullabaloo 1 month, they would probably quit the game.
And they just make it different. Like Feaster for whatever reason this season he moves like 20% faster than normal, and then at that like he has like a little bit of a buff in like tentacle regeneration to like experiment the waters, make the metas like for different seasons different.
That could be
I even had an
cool.
idea where I think I want them for one season to go IDV retro. I want them
Uh-huh.
to like bring it all the way back for one season. You like from like like say like seasons 1 through 6.
Uh-huh. That
That's it.
could be
It's
interesting.
like a game.
I guess on the topic,
Yeah.
just a slight question because I wouldn't know. How do you think the game would be if both sides did not have access to any persona webs? They just did not
Both
exist.
both sides with no persona webs. Okay, well, the baseline is baseline. It's be intuitive. I think then the game would actually be survivor sided as fuck. A lot of hunters are like surprised. They like stuff like berserker destructiveness. Like assuming the
Necessary.
base stats stay the same, yeah, they're kind of necessary. Like, you ever tried breaking a pallet with violinist?
I know. I've never played that character, so I would not know.
Yeah, you have fun enjoying that palette for a while.
Yeah.
Getting harassed by a forward and a batter for whatever reason or something. No desperate fight, no rage to, punish them for overextending. You just gotta keep eating it and keep taking it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it could be interesting. But
yeah,
fun stuff. Well, Zeus, it's been a pleasure.
yeah,
Thank you for coming on, talking.
yeah. Been a pleasure as well.
If you guys don't already see the pinned message, please go and follow Zeus over on YouTube because I think it got deleted.
Yeah. And for my chat, just check the description of the stream. Just no, for go follow Faust on Twitch. Check out his links. I have both his card and his Twitch linked
Thank
right
you.
there. Yep. Mm-hmm. All right then.
Alrighty, so yeah,
All
thank you for
right.
coming on.
Thank
Good to
you
talk
for
to you
having
again.
me. Yes, sir. Hopefully we
First time.
can do this again in the post Archer world.
Oh yeah, we'll come back for State of Affairs post
There's
Archer.
post Archer
Ugh,
release.
the
The
nightmare.
Archer the Archer incident.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right. It's been fun, man.
Yeah, it's been. All right, have a good one.
You as well. Bye.
Righty. Thank you, Zeus, again for coming on. To take a slight break, and then we're gonna move right on classic rank. I'll be back in like 5 minutes or so. Alrighty. There's no game today. Go home. There it is. Alright. Well, thank you for the hydrate. Yes, 2 hydrates. I have to think. 1 for following. Give me a second. Thank you for the follows. Fang, Zeus, Kenzie, Storks, Soap. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Husky. Thank you. Zeus is only here for IDV. Anything else? I sleep. Alright. Going straight to ranked, not survivors. Idiot game, non-legendary. Fascinating. We'll see how this goes. See if we can play our usual. See if they ban Feast off the bat. How do I feel about the debate? I think it was a nice debate. We went over all the points. There wasn't really a decisive answer. We kind of presented our points, stuck to our guns, and really, I think it went well. I don't really do debates very often, but I'd say I did an okay job. Aesop Clark I've definitely seen before. His name Bomber, but Joseph was slandered. Joseph just isn't really well designed. Say, I think he has a lot of issues. Not really that crazy. These guys are gonna be in for like a treat when they see Hollow Blue. Well articulated. Thank you, thank you. I never did debate, but I did my best. I did have like 4 pages of notes, just in case we went over each points, but we did it. We did go back and forth. It was good though. Very civilized. The bot called Claude. What does Claude do? White House now. President. It's me. Alrighty. Non-legendary match, so I have no idea where these. I guess follow today. Hunter bot in the photo world could be interesting, but if it's anything like Ember AI, it's gonna be really. Oh look, it's up for. I missed that one. That was on me. Yes, I know you're kiting away from your coffin. I know. Just that was on me. Have to be a little more patient. Please keep doing my job for me. Yes, you get it. Pop just as he vaulted over. You can tide yourself? Right over here, the snipe. Coffin tide? Why does it have tide? Not have tide. Right here. Right here. Right here. I get no like downside. That's on you. Well, that was awkward. I don't think he should have went for the rescue. I wouldn't have done. You have cologne too. Nice. There's no downside to me doing this. Okay. I have deja vu right now. I don't know if this is past half or not. Oh, he's already dead. I probably gonna go for the Florian. All at 4 ciphers, by the way. You want a ball so bad, and then I put red down, and you can't ball at all. Wow. You gonna go and tram? I hope you don't. Ah, he missed it. He missed his stop. Into the tram. Ah, get on yourself, lad. What's the plan here? What's your grand escape? Nice, that was good, except I have 2. Second chair already. Oh, okay. Cypher's pretty close, but definitely first officer. Oh, it's Seer. Ran away. Okay. A little scared. Got you once. Get you again. Oh, that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to farm bird. You miss. Oh, you're missing. Maybe don't do that. What did you miss? Oh no, we ended the debate. Basically agreed on a lot of things. Wasn't anything. Ram the honorary hunter. No, people just don't look. Case. You are mid. Never got healed, did you? We can still catch up. Like, it's not a huge deal. There's like, I'll take this. This is complete. I'm gonna go hunt. Like, all ciphers are kind of on this side. What would I do if I became president for a day? Make me Twitch partner. The decree. And produce Yogg plushies. That's what I would. Has to be that one, right? No, he's not even there. Probably going for bug stream. Go here. Definitely has an owl. Oh. That's awkward, isn't it? The clone to find him. Oh yeah, the thing is, it's such a valuable cooldown that I really don't want to get rid of it. To go find lovely Staller. I don't know where dungeon is. Who's last, like, over? I don't know dungeon spawns though. Actually, not on this map. Not in the middle of nowhere, like right here. Probably go for this. No, it's right here. Dude, there's 3 people in one game got hit by tram. This is kind of crazy. Oh, you're on that cipher. was being driven by Yogg, apparently. Yeah, he should not have greeted for that cipher, honestly. The issue is, like, Dungeon was really close to me, so he didn't really have choice. Look how menacing Hullabaloo. Not bad, no. Yeah, the tram hit what, like 4 people that game? It's the most I've ever seen it. Honestly, I didn't think I was gonna get hit. Alright, do you guys think I'm gonna get a skin here? I'd be happy with the knight or novelist one. Laugh. Be cute. Owned. Make him a Ooh. Hullabaloo? No, they're probably... I think they're gonna give him, like, black hair. It's not a standby. It's an emote. Or is it? Wow, that is some... Oh, it is a standby. Okay. I'll give you that. Wow, a fantastic laugh you have there, BQ. Okay. For a second, I thought it was just a regular emote. Pastel colored Hullabaloo. I mean, you kind of like have that, or Bond's brunette. This is why we ban Hullabaloo. Spin around him or kite. Don't do this. Please don't do this. If you spin around me, I don't have to rotate my circle. Please don't do that. Spawn me, not spawn. Kite me in like tight areas. It's really hard for me to do anything. So I have to use a clone or I have to use a rotate. Don't do it that way. Hullabaloo, go man. Constantly into me, yeah, just make it way easier for me. Honestly, the thing that people do that's really interesting is they'll move forward and then they'll step back. That thing actually gets me. Moonlit. Good luck, have fun. Bad luck, don't have fun. I think this is a good Ivy match considering that there's... Never mind. As a barmaid, so do I really want to deal with them? Let's just play her. In my match. I do want to learn Ivy. Who does that? I'm gonna be real, I don't think I like this. Doesn't look like so slow now. Not as fun anymore. Every time I go 2-story, I honestly can never find the person. I can just backtrack and go like to coaster. Don't like what? How is my mic going quiet? It's like right next to me. I don't want to chase first officer. That's not happening. No, I don't like chasing people in 2-story because it's like, you know. I have a hard time fighting them. Purely. I'm kidding. Now the counterplay to Hullabaloo is tight kiting. Not tight kiting. I mean, kind of. Choke points. No, she didn't. Barmaid. Barmaid doesn't even have a charge. What? Man, I guess she gets it for free, right? She gets barmaid. Like, no downside. Ooh, you're lucky. I almost hit you. Okay. Alva's it. Alva can't really do anything if you hide from him, but it's not like a good strategy, say. These are fine connected because there's no... Best I can do is like stuff a rescue, which is probably not gonna go for a while. 'Cause that guy's decoding all the way over there. I will stand here. I will stand tall. I will stand firm, and do nothing. Gameplay. Sure, we can get a closer angle than that. Wow, I love playing Hermit. It's so cool. Someone coming. From back. Purposely putting the field. Okay. The most antiquarian player of all time. That's crazy. That was such a game. That was crazy. I'm sorry. That was crazy. Do this just to drag her back when she tries to get near me. Oof, that sucks. Aren't you like a B badge? Like, you're a B badge. You'd be missing these. Okay. Just like, what the hell is happening? Antiquarian is doing something. Anti-swinging at air, zoning me like crazy. Got the spirit. She does have the spirit. You want to hit me so bad. You want to hit me so bad. You want to hit me so... Wow, I'm actually getting... Interesting how I didn't get a hit there. Actually, like, she was like looping. I mean, the fact that it's this close already. Like, the tension game is gonna hit pretty hard. Someone is here. I believe Jake can't see who's here. You guys really just having fun, huh? You okay? What? Where did it pop? It popped from all the way over there. All right. You go for gate. Oh my god, really? Wait, she's not a gate. I legit couldn't see. Connected. Watch me catch the... Okay. It's crazy. I don't know where the coordinator is. This is bad. Couldn't have gotten that. Yeah, I don't know where she is. No, coordinator didn't use it. It's okay. I still have a lot of movement. If I see her get it, oh, she's at the gate. I don't think I can get there. No, I'm pretty sure I don't get there. It's gonna be a really tough one. I have to like nail a shot from across. I think it's probably open. Okay. I'll take it. This is why Moonlight is such a good map for her. Thank you, thank you. There's the gun. We saw the gun. Yeah, I'm definitely going to see some post-match after this one. They're not going to be happy about that. They're going to be like, God, Hermit can stun so often. He stunned me 3 times. I still play Bane? Not really. I've essentially phased Bane out and replaced Bane with Ivy. Why did you rescue when you saw the stun? Yeah, that was kind of bad, honestly. These people are not happy with each other. They're not. Getting sleep. Game is just started. We have like 2 hours. Say. These 3. Not playing against Cowboy anymore. Hullabaloo. Okay. Leo's memory. That's fair. I'm curious if Hermit or Ivy is better in this comp. I think Hermit is better here. Pretty. Yeah, pretty sure. Prisoner's probably spawning factory or shack. But technically the safest spawn would be definitely a shack spawn. Aha, as I figured. You're not going factory, you're going shack. I feel like their decoding is kind of crazy. Only really like what's it called? Most normal IDV username. Oh, I saw. That's coordinator though. That's not even prisoner. Okay. Probably lagging. Alright. We'll send you back to the lobby swiftly. The chair. It's like it's kind of. There's the pharaoh. Isn't it rotated? Switch. How did I miss that? It's kind of crazy. Lagged, yeah. I meant to put red. No, Knight is near here. No, he's not. He's like over there. I missed completely. Arrow's fuming. 100%. I would be pissed, honestly. I'd be pissed if this happened in right. Really, you're feeding and stuff, huh? Oh, she's back. Yeah, she ran away. Heck. Coordinator's down. Kiting into a wall will not help you. That you can't even blame on the coordinator. Means Knight's also here. Cypher. Dude, you did not do this. You did not do that in front of me. I'm sorry, that's crazy. Not only did you kill yourself, but you also killed someone across the map. Why? People really do like slow vaulting in front. All the ciphers are on this side. You can kill this connection. Or just got it. Yeah. The Terror Shock honestly sealed the deal. Coordinator's back. Just wait here. I think Knight might go for the rescue. All the ciphers are on this side of the map, so pretty much chilling. It's probably coordinator. I messed that up, honestly. I was trying to stun her to delay. Don't do this. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Why? The seer is like trying to touch the cipher. What, knight? Oh, I thought there was a knight in the game. Like, the seer just did not have to do that. This is ranked, yes. This is not QO. All the knight, or not knight, all the seer had to do was just run. Honestly. I don't know why they came back. Now I can check this cipher over there. Like, I'm gonna jump scare this prisoner. He's definitely at the far one. He probably already has dungeon. Yeah, that's crazy. It's not even throwing. It's just questionable, please. I can't wait to see PMF. This is gonna be crazy. This is gonna be nuts. They're gonna be so mad at each other. They might even put the blame on me for attacking a lagging person. I think I can really do. Trying to win the game. The seer is the one that's BMing. When he slow vaulted in front of me and touched the cipher. The worst part is not even the coordinator's fault. They lagged. How would... I was gonna say my bad, like... Not gonna just. I'm just gonna explain myself. That's pretty much all. Not gonna. It's a seer that's not being very nice, which is ironic because I didn't play the bet. Oh, blue, damn. It happens. Yeah, twice. 2 bad plays. Not even 1. Honestly, the fact that it's a fair lady already kind of worried. I don't remember good. Presence feeder. Do we even have the build on? I'm pretty sure we do. Oh, blue back in jail. That's how it is. I am very happy to see Perfumer instead of Fair Lady. I really want the accessory. No, I think the normal effects look a little bit better. I still think the accessories kind of drip. A presence feeder. Perfumer is like good if you're like really, really. John Cena build that we tweaked. Had a vertical movement. Let's see. Put Ivy Street. Oh, what the? This is the scare, which kind of sucks. Okay, that's a knee-jerk. That's fine. I'll take presents. I love how this person is like circling. Like it's crazy or something. They're just giving me presents. Putting mid back. If I get a scare, I can probably get it. I'm gonna have full presence by the time this is over. Probably. interesting. No, I know. The thing is, it so quickly gets rid of it. What? What? Oh, she went like. See, this is my main issue with IVs. I'm just getting like full. Really bad at yeah, 3 ciphers. Like I got 3 cipher guided. That does not feel great. And there's a first officer here too. Is the worst part. I have no time to set up anything. What? Oh. Nature is good. I don't know where this person is. Honestly. I honestly have no idea where the perfumer was. What there? They did. I hope so. This person was past, like, it was before half. Just in madness. Doesn't have time to do this. Have to not look at. Gotta get rid of it now. Oh, interesting. They're already out. Yeah, I get a tie. There's no, I have to like blink and hit someone by the time I do that. That gate's open. Yeah, it was right in front of it too. I bet the painter thinks they're really pro for doing this. Crazy. Okay, I played that really badly. I got kited way too long by the... I just can't break like that distance. I don't really know what to do on Dan going against first. Very infuriating character, honestly. A character that's just built around stalling. Great comeback. It just doesn't feel good. Eyes are just like not it. I think I just need to play more Ivy. I don't know if Ivy exactly replaces Hermit, like when you would pick Hermit. I don't think so. So I shouldn't ban Priestess if I'm playing. Emo would I give Ivy? Probably the Eye. The blinking eye. I wish Yith was a little more fluid. It looks really rigid. Alphatistic. I should play Alpha. This guy. Oh, at front. Yeah, that's something I need to do. I overestimate how much they can like um how much they can struggle and move me off course. I feel like I'll be going backwards. I think Professor does fine against me. My hits are pretty. No, he can't shell if he's towards me. Carrying. Hmm? No, I'm saying if I'm chasing Lucino, he can't shell if he's walking towards me. Can't control it. I had some like really good plays off stream. See if I can read. I think I'm okay at IV. No, I feel like there's a lot that I'm missing a lot of things I could be doing. Not get the scare off. He was like hesitation to be probably. I tend to be a safe play. That was pretty solid. And we have Yith scared soon. Well, he wasn't looking. Oops, that's awkward. Almost messed that up. If you can. Nope. Nice. That was very predictable on my part, but that was good on their part. I'll give them. I just pressed shell off of the sound. It was an okay shell. I don't think it was the craziest thing in the world. Whoopsie. Whoop. This one. We actually just didn't get there at all. There we go. The craziest shell. Like that, that's all I meant. He is a little ballsy with a lot of pallets, so. Surprised. I feel like this is taking a while. There it is. I would not heal that man. You will die if you do that. There's no ciphers over here. Not going the right way. Where are the ciphers? I feel like there's only. Like someone is undoing all the two. Ah, there you are. I don't think any ciphers are that. I don't even know where the other people are. Like, what are they doing? Oh, they're on this cipher. Partner's probably gonna go risky. Yep. Oh no, journalist. Wrong one. Knew that was gonna happen. Use those. Ah. It keeps putting me in the wrong. I don't think that cipher's close. Nope, it was pretty close. See if we can pressure these two. That's so toxic. That is so toxic. Ugh, I suck at playing Ivy, I really do. I have so much trouble in the interim. Like, I really can't do anything after, like, first scare. I really don't know what to do. It's just, like, pure, like, mouse one hunter. At that point. I don't really know what to do on Ivy after that. You scare your TP, get one hit, and then what? They don't have enough madness, they're transition kiting. You can't really catch up. I guess you like try to animation lock people, but it just... I don't really know what to... figure it out. I don't think I'll play Ivy this. You mean like teleport to them, or? Are there normal Ithaca fans? No. Not really. Arms factory. No worries, no worries. The thing is, I feel like if I leave someone, like, they'll just get rescued. I feel like there's always someone lurking by, like, right out of tinnitus range. Just gotta rescue, like, a... I don't really know what to... I will say today might be on the shorter end of the stream because I have the big date at the beginning. Oh yeah, we gotta... Yeth is gonna go. I messed up the scare. How did he get back over here? What the hell? Oh, Ivy range I'm not used to yet. I'm really not used to Ivy range. This part, this sort of chase that I don't really know. Here's up in 7 seconds. Yeah, that's it. Oops, that was, yeah, I feel like I'm getting annihilated, like. That was a big. I just feel like I'm taking too long for first chase. I can't like keep up. I really can't. It doesn't have anything that really helps with this. This. Oh, is that for the charge attack? I wish there was like timer that I could. Oh, this is just a guaranteed rescue. Like, what am I supposed to do here? I didn't even know I was getting hit. Can't find them. I just can't find Composer anymore. I don't know. I don't think I should be taking Ivy into rank. Okay. I just don't know her hitbox either. Very weird. Probably a loss for me. I'm not piloting Yith. I'm probably gonna like swap off of this character for. I don't think I'm ready to bring it into ranked. It's really. Composer's definitely just doing something for free right now. That's what she did. He's genuinely a cool character. Just really didn't like playing against her. How did I not get a scare there? Why are you not actually? Oh, you're not doing it because Madness got cleansed too. It's like a crazy part. Her Madness got cleansed. It was at 100 and it went nothing. That thing is just... I get one. They were definitely on that side of the map. Yeah. For one kill. I don't like the fact that you have to play your end game. That feels really bad. Not gonna lie, because you're gambling on the end. And that's even less time for you to do anything. Like, you have even less time to get 2 or more kills. Obviously, she's top tier. I'm obviously just not knowing how. I just don't know how to play her. She's a really good character. Just don't really know. I just want to, like, move from characters that I'm playing. I feel like it's getting kind of stale. I can't really, like, yeah, I enjoy playing Hermit, but I can't play hundreds and hundreds of games like people do. I get to, like, rank 1 and that kind of stuff. I can't do that. Yeah. Take a look at it. That's why I wish a little more. I'm not playing full skull. He's not a very good hunter. Like the top 5. Opera is cool too. Like, I feel like I'm not that great of an opera player. It's also super map dependent. They just keep like nerfing people. I swear to God. Nerf after nerf. Sure, we'll go back to the good old days. We'll go back to the good old days. Pretty sure this person's an Andrew. Two, 3 perma band. Yeah, so you get the bottom half. There's not that great. There's a big gap between a lot of them. Every single hunter has an unhinged fan, let's be real. I don't know if you guys saw the person with the Wuchang name in which one. It's in the single hunter left hunter. Alright, it's been a while since I played Nightwalk. There's really not many like tricks on him. It's just self. Kind of does. I legit didn't even see this. Oh, hello, EXO. I'm doing alright. I'm doing okay. I'm surprised this isn't triggering confined space too. It should be. Aha. And this triggers confined space. Oh no, it doesn't. I don't even have confined space. Wow, this is great. Just, we need to get some things done. I don't have all day. Crazy. Oh, that's cool. Anyways. I thought we had the hitbox where calibrate. Yeah, that's just it. That's just it. Crazy. Like, I couldn't even break. Like, I couldn't vault over it. What the hell was that? Like, I swear the ability ends faster than it does. Oh my. Yeah, this guy needs confined. Like, he's getting loot so easy. Crazy. Like, this isn't even that fast. Like, hopping over isn't even that fast. I guarantee you this guy already has it. Night Watch is, like, actually fallen from grace. This hunter is so bad. I don't know why I'm also hearing the coding, like, so... Already rescued. Probably a journalist, yeah, because I just pressured this cipher. It's crazy because he's supposed to be like a fast hunter. His whole thing is speed and wind and everything. Why does he get looped by like everyone in the game? I don't know why I went this way. There's no seer here. He just can't do anything against Pallets. Fast endgame, I still don't think that's an excuse for a hunter. Crazy. This guy's just emoting too. Honestly, it's just sad. Just sad. Really, it's just sad. Yeah, no, I'm. The crazy thing is, like, I used to play a ton of Night Watch. He's so bad. Nicest novel. It's classic Survivor. Survivors only know hatred in their hearts. Pop as soon as I get this guy. It's just true. Like a hunter that's based around wind and speed gets outpaced by any survivor. He just can't catch up. Speedster without the speed. Beep. I tried baiting him and it didn't work. Cheerleader like still gets up and I get a 1k here because I guarantee you cheerleader can like, open this gate immediately. I have no wind to work with too, and it's my only gap closer. She's not even here. Like, what? I don't understand this mindset. I mean, she probably could get... No, she's all the way up there. Yeah, the gate's already open. There's just gate waiting. It's so sad. It's so sad. Remember, friends, don't play any hunter other than like top 4, and even then, the top 3 are banned. So you're stuck with the top 1. It's actually like an exponential curve, how like the gap between how good hunters actually are. As soon as you move from like 4th to 5th place, drastically different. It's so crazy. Yeah, the novelist was a very, very nice person. Honestly, at this point, I should just start playing Percy and Artist. I'd rather just be petty at this point. so sad. The issue is, like, even if I played Percy, I would not know how to play him because I don't play him. Guess I'm stuck with playing, like, Hermit permanently. A Wax Artist, I'd lose a lot of people watching if I played Wax Artist genuinely. Not like seeing. If I play Jack, I do not want to play Jack. If I had a problem with Nightwatch, and he's like C tier, I'd have a huge issue with Jack, who's just straight F tier. Like Anne is so boring. The jumps are cool, but like everything other than that is just. Oh no. No, I didn't really play Jack too much. I haven't played Jack in a while. Do you want to chase the person who negates polarity, or the person who's in 2-story and has a grappling hook, or the person who smacks you into walls? Holy moly. Dichotomy. I just need to like not be salty. You know, just play. Smack. Probably. I think I just need to play the game. Saltiness is. It shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be. I think it's because I don't think I'm like the craziest hermit. Like I can't just like spam hermit into everything. Crazy game. You should like jump scare me around a corner. I think that, yeah, like that. Switch last second is so painful. They gotta come out with someone that just completely negates loops, honestly. Tellably. I could blink on you and kill you. I feel like that took ages. I just, like, the character just doesn't seem interesting to me at all. But keep in mind, like, I have to find a character interesting and, like, cool looking in order to actually main them. That throws Naiad, like, out the window. I don't really. Hunter. Which one? No, I'm going to QM for that. No, it's fine. I don't really. I'm definitely not playing. Is color counter looping? Yes. I feel like the execution on Clerk is switch though. Oh no, one person switch, which is like the best thing. Okay, they just. really just like left. Okay. Interesting. To follow waffle look. I love how they're crouching behind a wall. Like I can't see them. Patient. Oh, he's getting healed. Interesting. Hmm? I don't know what. Went down last, so he's smart. How does that work? Last second. Now to find them. Oh, yeah, they're there. I have no. Grave Reaper's around here. It's probably like Cypher. Went this way. Every time, just panics. This thing. There is like a sneeze away. We know he's around here. He's just sitting in the back of like. This guy is. None of them are moving, so they're definitely healing. It's on this one. Andrew's been like, I don't know if that's like lore for Andrew, like running away. So, guy's doing a lot of running, panic shit. Literally none of them. I think we saw dungeon as a. The dungeon's like over there. No, dungeon's right here. Doesn't have any polarity. It's locked. I don't think he knows we're dungeon. I don't think he's going. Let's see. I don't have any more shovels because you. What? Oh, it's not detention, duh. For a second, I'm like, oh, I have detention, I'll just kill him. Interesting. Get perfume. I don't know. I don't know where he's going. I really going to the house. He's gonna take a nap. Tired. Alrighty. I owe you, Lucino. Oh, wait. No one ever likes a hunter. I'm telling you guys, no one ever likes. Never happened. Veins make a sound. I believe those would be your tendons. Tendon. I don't think I'm gonna rent this like I know. Just gonna play whatever skin I have. So ugly. Whose face? Or you know, this makes him look a little. Cursed body. He truly cursed. I want to take insults. Maybe. I don't know. I don't have enough. It's a pretty decent skin, but I don't know what really. 448. I'll have a lot. No, it's right here. It's good, but like, it also fits with the accessory really well, so that's. Yes, because this screams Jormungandr. No, it's fine. It's true. We get 500 inspiration. Wow, maybe they'll actually Sherlock's. 25 more. To be honest, oh, I actually, skin is like fine. Honestly, the only thing that carries these skins is the flowers. If they didn't have this flower effect, they would be kind of bad. His flower, oh, it's right. Ass too. Okay. You do you, Knight. I watched Link Click. No, I have not seen. Get the color palette. Yeah. Fine. It's, I would say Knights is probably the second best. I would say Almost is definitely the best. The hat kind of doesn't care because it's not the same pattern as best. I consider watching it. Maybe. Big maybe. Big maybe. Wow. Crazy Q times for Q. World devouring. Is that right? Oh, we should do these. I might hold off on the COA review today. I might move to. I know we're supposed to do it today. Tired. Hunter, Manticore, I think. No, I'm definitely Manticore. Doing NAEs. I'm gonna do both. Probably JP for CN. Why should be? It's always Moonlit. I always play Lucina Moon Victory. Forward. Sure. I'm probably gonna go through like the whole game. Yeah, we'll just do like each of the game. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a commentator level, nor have I ever commentated. Definitely give it. Evil reptilian's presence reached tier 1. Presence, wow. So much presence. Oh, mid's eye knows who we are. There's no one's in this. One's rotating to mid. Trying to go factory and read. There you are. Oh boy, I wonder if it should be. Surprised I don't have the belly slam yet. Baited. Oops, I'm like way past. I swear I did it earlier, but I guess. Hello, Raiders. Welcome, Anna. Welcome. What were you up to? We get a shout out for Anna, please. Lucino, I'm gonna go really far. Okay. Oh, hello, IDV. Sorry. Hey, kid, how are your games? Hopefully, much better than mine. That's good. That's good. Oh, welcome everyone. Surviving food. Fool's Gold is fun. I've been alright. Been okay. Let's see what. I could not see where he was. Just gotta do this so he doesn't owl while he's trying to rest. The latest owl known to me. Shout out given? No, I don't think so. I can handle it. Oh no, it did work. It did work. Having a staring contest with my eyes, you'll probably lose. I wheels. I'm gonna swing. Okay. Not awkward. There we go. Oof. That was good. I really had to angle that one. Alrighty. Full presence though, and here's CMOs. Oh, he's not here. Having friend. Back's kind of an issue. Why are you not going to Shack? A little too. I thought I had. Wait, I thought I had confined. Just the eyes on my suit. I have many eyes. Many, many eyes. More than what you see. Could have gone basement, but that's okay. Alright, we'll sit here and pout and nothing. Yeah, I swear I had confined. No, I have insolence. Mine could have been really good. wonder if good Lucinos take like insults, and I actually cannot see this. Find people. That's awkward. That's so awkward. I got baited so hard. Where way to go. Look at that. I can never get his jump step. I wasn't gonna. This is so awkward. Let me do this, and he drops the pallet. Yeah. I swear to God, this actually like. What? There's no gate over there. There's no gate over there. There's 2 people in that portal. Can't go to dungeon. Very interesting. Break the portal. What do you mean? Nice try. And how did Priestess get up like immediately? I still don't understand. Obstacle hit. Healing buff passive. I thought that worked with like healing other people, not self. So it does work. Yep. Wall is made of wall. Lucino still doesn't feel great to play. No, I'm not practicing Lucino. It was redeemed. Ah, right. That's okay. Go to play some fun. They're out. Please, Frenzy Rhapsody, please. Nice. Frenzy Rhapsody game. Love dodgeball. You bite ants like millipedes. All right, who do I play in Frenzy Rap? Always appear. Yeah, the thing is, I had a lot of blackjack games. I forgot I have an orphan skin too. Prisoner skin. We got so many skins now. Now I'm not broke. Wonder if I have any skins I can add to my. One. Yeah, we got both, but I'd rather play Freddy. Okay. There, I can do that. One person, I don't have a skin. I forget I have half these skins. This son of... These two... Pretty best dodgeball player. Steals the dodgeballs from other people. Don't underestimate. True, I need a really bad skin. At this point, I should just play blackjack, because the queues are like so long. Probably go for like 30 more minutes. Starving it. My Freddy, because he's funny. Okay, default. People still play this mode. Yeah, they do. Maybe. Weepy seems hesitant to hit Natalie. Doctor is throwing at nothing. Complete the tutorial on your mobile. They gotta fix that, honestly. Like the fact that I have not done these things. I just don't play it on my phone. Card. Standby, wow. Get a ranked protection card, why didn't I? Get a unlock card, which is... Oh yeah, I haven't done this. I should probably do that. Who do I pick? Probably pick Geisha, actually. Pick Merc. I know I bought these. They got me early. Hello, Duck. Like 800 for this is not too bad. It's my pity. I think... I don't know if I hit pity. It's gold. I guess we can do that now. That now. This is not frenzy red. This is also 3-minute keys. Say it again. I won't report you or nothing. Hop on a frenzy. I know, right? Oh, my voice is dying. Why, why Arthur Conan Doyle? Like, what prompted this crossover? Why IDV? I'm actually like really confused. Like, what's the point of? Why did they choose this? Has anyone here read the books? Detective. I mean, yeah. Have British. Have you ever been to Scotland Yard, huh? I haven't. Actually, no. I think I was pretty close. At a McDonald's or KFC collab with them. Me when I'm playing Leo and I'm smacking people. Mistake. Why not? It just like doesn't make sense. I don't see the correlation. Scotland. No, Scotland Yard. You sure? I'm quite adamant. There's a police force, isn't that? Metropolitan Police Headquarters. In the city of Westminster. Chocolate. Two first and a fifth. And I'm playing Fool's Gold into Barmaid. Pain. Get more Irish or Scottish people. Go get some Irish people. Go around. Okay, that's 2 batters. I don't really like that. Your main. Can't. I'm bound. I'm bound by the request. But it is toxic for up. I mean, they're playing batter. I'm not surprised. No, it's okay. It's not your fault. Had them before. And the leaflet down. You said exactly. Subscribe to this man. He stares at people very well. Sometimes complains. I'll hear part of that. I'm playing against 2 number 1s and a number 5. Number 1. 9 large. Number 3 extra dip. 7. Hero. Okay. my, wait, how did you get 2? What? How did you get 2 knee-jerk procs? Excuse me? You got 1 and then you got another one immediately. Honestly, was expecting the ball and didn't. Different ones for windows and pallets. Wow, that's fun. Why does she feel so fast? Because... That's awkward. Oh boy, and he's got forward supporting. That's fun. Yep, ibuprofen. Got a headache. Wow. It's so fun. Oh, what? Huh? Am I winning? No, I'm not winning. Having a horrible time. Oh my god, and there's a batter. Yawn, snooze fast, kite me to oblivion because you have the same movement speed. Crazy. Oh my god, it's so bad. Can't wait to see on TikTok. I did this goofy off fool's gold. Done. And then I got this dude on me. Sweaty McGee. This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna bait it. I wonder if I wasted his football, but I do. This is so peak. This is so peak. I'm just what I'm gonna do at this point. I'm actually just gonna down here once. I'm not even gonna try again. Doesn't matter. Like there's no downside. There's absolutely no downside to them doing this. I can do this all day and it just doesn't matter. Like it just doesn't matter. It's crazy. It's just the state of the game. This guy gets to pressure me from a mile away. The other dude gets to pressure me even further. It's crazy. I just can't do anything. Like... And then she just gets up to BT. Like, there isn't a realm where I win here. Nice, bro. You missed. popped, that would have so hard. Oh my, like. There's no stuff. Wow, okay. Jesus. Miserable game. Doesn't matter. Wow, that was painful. That was such a painful game. Holy shit. Could have bled out the batter. I could have. I don't really know when to bleed out people. Is the issue. Yeah, I won. I feel better about that though. Won, but that was not fun. Can't wait to see that one on TikTok. Honestly, I should be quicker and post it myself on TikTok. That'd be kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. Like if there's 3 survivors, 1 down, 1 decoding. I guess, yeah. Say less. Smoked. I'm gonna do one. Actually, we'll just play some. Save the suffering. Save the suffering. Post last time on TikTok. I don't know. Maybe. I didn't really check. I don't think I'd get added or anything. Probably be the gameplay getting added. Fun. Portrait. Wow. Toxic friendly content. Me. It's gonna be me. Smoking people in Frenzied Rhapsody. I'm the #1 player. Look at this move. And it's really sped up footage. And before the hit, it slows down. Always been. Probably not. Let's do a quick level check. 39. Okay. Let's take a look. That's a pure busy. Okay, look at your profile. You archives. 152. It seems you have around 110 levels over me. I'd say you have a little more practice than I do. Alright, we have more skins. We actually no, it's even. Oh god. Either stream. I've never. I have to kill a Norton. I will target the Norton. I'm gonna assume they like Lucino. What game was this? Dodgeball. Easter Dodgeball. Do you know what really screams the Yellow King and in yellow? An Eldritch Being. Dodgeball. Oh no, Freddy. I forgot. My bad. Okay. Oh yeah. These people, you know this person. I don't. I don't know too many IDV content. We're on the same team. We win. We have 2 content creators on our. In the kindest way possible, enemy team, I'm gonna kill you. Oh, that would have been filthy, imagine. Wow, all that smoke for nothing. Alright. What the hell? What's going on here? What? Okay. Oh, I have the. I missed. Okay, we did it. Tackle them and win. Got a lock. Wait, really? They know me? Low snow. Wait, actually? Like me, you won't. Man, that's so rude. Don't do that. Ooh, you want to combo me so bad. Okay. The debate was tonight. Yes, you missed it. We got really heated. And I cussed a little. That was such a slow ball. I don't know how it... Oof. No, Feaster, don't do it to me. Yeah, I told him no. Thanks. Target spotted. Crazy plays. Got him. Oops, you missed. Yeah, you gotta dodge. There's a bomb there. Whoa. Okay. Get down, Mr. President. Basketball. Easy there. Don't do that. Stop it. Oh. No, Feaster, don't do it. That's a bomb. Goodbye. Oof. I did not do it. If I caught that, that would have been the live of the century. Right here. Oh, it's fine, it's fine. We delayed it. Delayed it. Make it. Make it. You faint here. Oof. Oh, I didn't see that coming. So, wait, does this Lucino person know? I didn't see it. I always expect that, like, I'm a really small content creator, so I don't expect... Yes, wow. You want to throw it so bad? Oh. I Twitter. Oh, interesting. You do a little bait and see ya. All right, from downtown. Leaving now. Throw it at me, silly. I messed. That was bad of me. No! I can't believe it. Oh, they're passing the ball to me. They're so clutch. I think we've had an AFK person this whole time. No, where's the ball? I'm not done with you. I'm back here. Oh. Alright, we take this again. Nice. Okay, okay. We're good, we're good. We gotta lock in. Nice, 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 nice. Okay. Okay, okay. Yo, here we go. Oh my god, we're going crazy. Thank you for the follow. Toxic, welcome, welcome. Come on. How do you emote? How do we emote? Nice. Very nice. Still with someone with 1 point. Give him a minute. Friend request. That's good. That was fun. Cool. Tell him I said GG's. Remember even reporting this person. Oh, I guess the rave. Shame. You know what? If they're live right now, I'm probably gonna end. So let's raid into them. Wins by doing absolutely nothing. A raid message. Thank you, Stream Element. It's because Stream Element. Thank you, Mim. Thank you. What's their name? Lucci Lu? Lu? Are they a YouTube streamer? Please tell me they're not. Oh yes, I know this person. Yeah. I saw them on a. Oh, they're. We'll give them a rate. All right. Well, got this game. Thank you, everyone, for starting it. Of course, yes. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I'll be back on Thursday with some IDV. Oh, have a good one.